HarperCollins presents The Runaway Bride by Felicity York, read by Laura Brydon. Chapter 1. Tuesday, 7th of March, 1826. Shrigley Hall, Cheshire. William Turner stepped out of his carriage, weary and cramped from the overnight journey from London, but brimming with good humour. Today, nothing could shake his sense of optimism. He had never considered himself a man given to bouts of self-satisfaction. He'd always been too busy. But as he looked at his home, the newly remodelled Shrigley Hall, he felt it deep inside. A sense of not only confidence but rightness, which buoyed his mood further. He sucked in a lungful of the reviving country air and nodded to his approaching butler.
"Ackroyd, how go things? Is my good lady wife at large?"
The man bowed.
"Welcome home, sir. Mrs. Turner awaits you in her parlour, with your brother and Miss Davis. Good.
William grinned as he strode out beside Ackroyd, the gravel crunching lightly beneath their feet. Miss Frances Davis was the former pastor's daughter, and she and Jane seemed to get along famously.
"They have been keeping her company, no doubt."
Ackroyd smiled back and nodded.
"Indeed they have, but I should warn you, sir, there has been much planning and excitement in your absence. The work on the interior of the house continues at significant pace, and things might not be as organised as they ought for your return." "Just as well, my dear Ackroyd. One must expect a certain amount of upheaval if the place is to be fit for our imminent celebrations."
Ackroyd's smile widened with a hint of relief.
"Indeed, sir."
William ran lightly up the stairs to the grand portico and bounded inside. He might be in his 50th year, but he still considered himself in his prime. Renovations to Shrigley Hall were almost complete, and the money he had committed to the project had wrought substantial benefits, one of which, to his wife's delight, was that many now compared it favourably to its close neighbour, Lyme Park. His heart swelled as he thought of Jane's pride in the house, which had every modern comfort she could wish for. It swelled too at her pride in him. She'd married a poor lad from Blackburn, and now here her husband was, High Sheriff of Cheshire. 3 months since his investiture, and he'd been privately celebrating that fact daily. But once the house was truly immaculate, the family would hold a grand celebratory gathering that would confirm their place, finally, in the upper echelons of respectable Cheshire society. Now that would be the feather in his cap. It would make all his years of hard grind, of building his empire, worth it. The grand entrance hall was usually a space of tranquil magnificence, but today William found himself confronted by a sea of workmen, ladders, sheets, hammering and clattering. He picked his way through the hustle and bustle, pausing several times to admire the lofty ceiling. The dome with windows at the apex had been, in his view, a stroke of genius which gave the whole space an extraordinary sense of grandeur. He stopped to speak to a passing footman, asking him to arrange for a light breakfast in his study, and greeted the workmen as they scurried about, paying no heed to the, admittedly rather alarming, noises their toil was yielding. It was going to be splendid. Truly a home that he, his wife, and their beloved daughter Ellen could treasure, be proud of. At least until he secured the perfect husband for Ellen with an equally, if not even more, splendid marital home. He could scarce believe his daughter was about to launch into society. He reached Jane's parlour door and gave a cheery knock before poking his head inside.
"Oh, my dear, you are home!"
his wife exclaimed. She was ensconced in her favourite chaise longue by the window, with Miss Davis and Robert in comfortable armchairs on either side. The rest of the furnishings were covered in sheets spattered.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?